That you're making your life. Bye-bye. By the wrist.
We've got a treat to start off with Kate Wilson from Bunbury in Western Australia. She's very perceptive. She's very witty. She's here. Could you please welcome Kate Wilson?
Thank you. Thanks, Ian. Oh, what a nice little intimate crowd we've got. This is really lovely. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't seen me yet, then that's cool. This is your last chance. And I'm heading back to Perth. So I am going to perform some poems for you, but I'm going to structure it in such a way that you choose the order of my poems. So I have cut out the names of all my poems that I'd like to perform this afternoon. I put them in my hat, and I'd like someone to come up and choose my first poem. Thank you, Kevin. All right, what have we got first? Storm in a Teacup. Tap, tap. At her door at 2 a.m. Rain lashing my back, a thunderous attack. I am the eye of the storm, and I am lightning torn. Tap, tap at her door. Drops of neglect wrenching mascara down my face. I'm drenched, as much with rain as with regret. Forget death warmed up. I just look like death. Tap, tap. Then silence, as heavy as my weathered head, until my ears catch a thread of her dressing gown down the steps, and she opens the door, not knowing that it's a floodgate. I cascade into her. We are swept down the hallway, and we wash up in the kitchen. She has washed up the dishes, teacups cleaned up, beamed up by drying saucers at the end of their kitchen sink orbits. I have shipwrecks on my shoulders, and she has spent her evening making things flawless. She knows before she pours the tea that the cup will be a vessel for my salty mess. My eyes are Loch Ness, and the monster is in my head, and before I even speak, she can guess that the monster is all I have left. Tap, tap. Twigs blow against the kitchen window. Night's accusing fingers attempting to enter my refuge. She won't let them in, though. She closes the curtain. Her house is my fortress, and she has armed herself to combat my torment. She's a teapot defender and a silver spoon swordsmith. Herbal remedy brewed to apply to my wounds, and her words of love supply a verbal remedy too. Tap, tap. I pick up the teacup, unsure if I can touch something so warm. Surely the tea will freeze. I'm poring over this imbalance. I'm faded, and she is radiant. I'm empty, and she is empathy. I'm bitter. Honey, she says. She knows what I need. Honey pours like oil through the dammed up mechanics of my heart as it sweetens my tea. And then she tugs gently at my sleeve and starts to wring out the rain. Murky water and pain splutter into the cup, and then she's lifting me up until I'm uplifted enough to be drained of every droplet of rain, sweat and mud. It all pours into the cup, and she holds me up until I'm bled dry of all but my blood. My teacup runneth over. Between the broken cottons of the curtains, heaven's light infiltrates the kitchen, but I cannot take my eyes off the teacup. Inside that tiny bit of china is everything I brought when I knocked on the door, but instead of being everywhere, it's now contained within the cup, wherein little lightning flashes dimly, tap, tap. Thunder thrums thinly, A baby Loch Ness monster writhes limply. Itty-bitty clouds have formed, and there's a storm in my teacup. I look up at my friend, and no amount of thanks seems suitable. All I can think is that this is a case of the pot calling the kettle beautiful.
Killing me softly.
Killing me softly. It's called Killing. It's based on the song "Killing Me Softly," Roberta Flack, and it's about a moment where I felt like a performer killed me softly. Strumming my pain with her fingers, singing my life with her words. Killing me softly with her song, killing me softly with her song, telling my whole life with her words, killing me softly with her song. At a poetry slam in a warehouse in the back blocks of suburban Sydney, a girl got up and slayed me with a poem. Strummed my pain with fingers that pushed a pen as if it were a boulder she needed to budge in order to release herself from a dungeon. I felt it as if it were my dungeon too, and she was rolling away the rock like Jesus after 3 days in the tomb. But my 3 days have been one dark year, so even the suggestion of a resurrection of this caved-in heart imparted fear. But she sang life into my hollow body until my internal catacombs echoed with cacophonous poetry. My tear ducts, which I thought had died of suicide or atrophy, suddenly worked perfectly. Her words flooded me, and the overflow of my soul poured out like a liquid elegy. She was a stranger to my eyes, unknown poet peering out between the lines. Her eyes never even met mine, but I felt known, exposed, totally broken open. She sang as if she knew me in all my dark despair, and then she looked right through me as if I wasn't there. I would have prayed for her to finish, but lately prayer has felt like casting a line into an empty stream, which is why I was there in that warehouse, searching for hope in that rhyme, searching for something closer than the God I can't find, but still wanting something divine. See, that grimy warehouse is an urban church, more real than the sanitized versions where sermons barely scratch the surface. This was dirty worship, where healing comes not through speaking in angels' tongues, but the human voice poised to dive from mortal lungs. This teenage preacher at the mic had more for me than saints ordained. This teenage girl at the mic, with words ablaze, sang my life. Strumming my pain with her fingers, singing my life with her words, killing me softly with her song, killing me softly with her song, telling my whole life with her words, killing me softly with her song. She killed me softly, the kind of death died by a seed before it's planted in the ground. She killed me softly, as if her story had me falling 50 stories onto a cloud. If the pen is mightier than the sword, then she was the mightiest assassin. She slayed me and raised me again with her passion. La 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la, whoa la, whoa la 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 la, with her song. And I say, holy are they who purvey healing through language, because what could be more holy than folding up your pain and handing it back as a bandage? Thank you for having me, Newstead. Thank you to everybody who's come along and enjoyed. It's been great to be here. Thanks.
Another big hand. Okay, welcome. As I said earlier, there's still a couple of copies of a CD over at the shop. But you better be bloody quick because I'm going over to get one.